This is a story that has never been told in the history of Islamic faith, as 3 million Hajj pilgrims in Saudi gathered to perform the highly symbolic Jumurat under the hottest temperature in 20 years, resulting in a tragic stampede, claiming 1,700 lives in the face of regional turmoil in the Middle East. Who takes responsibility of this disaster? Welcome to Question Time. I'm Benga Ashiru. You can also be part of this conversation by sending us a comment on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Let's find out the inside story of who did what and why at the Hajj Stampede, as some aggrieved countries poised for a standoff with the Saudi government over the stampede, mounting pressures on Saudi government to take responsibility. The Saudi government has flagged such allegations, accusing African pilgrims of not taking instruction. But can anyone tell us if indeed the stampede occurred as a result of the Saudi officials trying to pave way for a crown prince of their country? What could have been done to prevent such a disaster? What does international law and convention say on this matter? In trying to set the record straight, Channels TV was at the Lagos State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board. We met with the chairman and the Amirul Hajj for Lagos State, Dr. Abdul-Lateef Abdul-Hakeem. He accuses the Saudi government of discrimination in the treatment of Nigerian pilgrims. Now, what do you make of the recent tragic Hajj stampede that occurred recently in Saudi Arabia?
Well, it is a very, very sad and unfortunate incident. Stampedes have happened all over the world. Stampedes have happened even in Nigeria. You remember when about 6.5 million applicants were gathered together in Abuja for 4,000 jobs. You know, the eventual human congestion and suffocation led to the death of about 16 people. So what happened in Saudi Arabia year in, year out, especially when it is time to throw the pebbles, is the greatest challenge. We understand that Hajj is not like Olympic that does not come up annually. It's not like a World Cup that doesn't come up annually. The Saudi Arabian authorities have really deployed a lot of resources and men, facilities, to avoid situations like this. That is why we see the expansion of the Grand Mosque. The expansion is meant to accommodate more people to avoid stampede. But when you're talking about the throwing of the pebbles, which is the Jamarat that occurred, it is possible for us to attribute it to a lot of factors.
Now, let's review the Jumurat exercise which took place in Mina, which is just about 4 kilometers to Mecca. What is the significance of this Jumurat exercise? Is it mandatory for everyone to be there at that point in time?
Well, the Jamarat throwing of pebbles is a significant part of the Hajj exercise. It's one of the conditions precedent to the completion of the Hajj rites. But then, several things are not obligatory in respect of it. Throwing of pebbles itself is not meant for those who are sick. It's not meant for those who are aged. So many of these pilgrims are allowed to delegate the throwing of pebbles to able-bodied people. Secondly, you are not allowed to bring wheelchair. Several things that led to this, to the stampede. In the past, they would not allow such things. In the past, about 4,000 policemen will barricade the road to ensure that there's a free flow, of human traffic, such that no one is allowed to return through the same route which you took to throw the pebbles. But this year, such an arrangement was not in place.
Are you suggesting the Saudi authorities should take responsibility for this occurrence?
They should take responsibility. One, they are the host, and it is your laws that are obeyed by people. If you set regulations that people should not pass through this way, nobody will pass through such places.
We understand that the Saudi media is blaming Africans, especially black Africans, for not following instruction, and they are using that as one of the reasons for the Hajj stampede. How tenable is that?
You see, in a way, several pilgrims are always overzealous, and when they set the time, some people truly disobey. I'm aware of that. The timing for throwing of pebbles has been divided by the Saudi authorities among various nations. Some are to throw around 3 a.m., some around 4 a.m., some around 5 a.m., up till 6 p.m. They have divided it. But you see some people, out of proving that they have more knowledge of the religious right, saying that no, we have been ordered to go in the afternoon, so they disobey the constituted authority. By doing that, because the Quran itself says, obey Allah, obey the Prophet, and obey those who are in authorities over you. So I will not disagree completely that people do not disobey, because even those of us who have led people, we know what we go through to force our people to follow the traffic officer, because we deploy traffic officers, those who will lead, they will carry the banner so that people follow them because they know the routes. But you see people going on their own. But that is not to say that Africans are to blame. By mentioning Africa itself, Saudi Arabia authority has not taken responsibility of one great, what I will call discriminatory practice, which they have to, amend.
You talked about offering the Lagos State Hajj pilgrims a wrong tent. Instead of the tent B, you were offered a tent C. What was your response at that point in time?
You see, the Saudi Arabian authorities, they allocated tents, and there is nothing you can do. Despite protesting, there are several things that we believe that they should make a lot of improvement upon. With the authorities there, we liaise with them. We are under the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, and I believe that Saudi is not yet giving equal treatment to people from different, nations.
You can also be a part of this conversation by sending us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, what does the international law say regarding the Stampede issue?